What's up YouTube, this is Oxstorm10 bringing you guys the in-depth look at that second train that I showed in my last video, just like I promised. No, it's not this little bank thingy that I'm doing right here. It's the Saloon train, the one that this time I'm going to be showing you how to use them with some buildable traps as well as just normal running. So I'll give you guys my inputs on both those, and this is the train that I used to get to round 38, so let's get started. So just like I showed in the last video, you're going to want to hang out right here by this couch. Do not buy the couch because this is where you're going to make your stand at, but usually we'll take a couple shots at the zombies before you get to running, but I got a little bit jumped out of there from that little window, something else you got to watch out for. And you're basically just going to run around these tables and these pillars. I like to go in a bit of a figure eight most of the time, but every now and then, depending on what's in front of me, I'll take long circles around them. And the tables and the poles here in the saloon are just perfect for breaking the zombies and training them up and getting them how you want them. I mean, it's just absolutely perfect. I know it's cramped and tight, and especially with some of those walkers, it's going to seem like you're not going to have many gaps to squeeze, but all you got to do is either take a little bit of time or make a quick cut. You're just going to have to make reads, and that's pretty much just like with any train, but you know, I like this one. This one worked out really well for me, and right now I got lucky enough to get the Mark II and the Paralyzer as I show here, but once you just take a little bit of an extra loop, make sure you get all the zombies trained up, you can turn around right here and just blast away. And this will work with any gun, but I thought the Paralyzer was the most perfect for it, just in how it works. But make sure you don't shoot for too long, because as you'll see, zombies will come out of that little window right there, and that's pretty much where all my downs came from, was getting pinned right here on my return loop. So you just gotta be careful for that. So here I'm showing it again, just at a lot higher rounds. This is round 32. I'll also say that the time bomb is also pretty crucial for this, because when you go down here, you're not going to really have enough time, even if you had monkeys, to throw them out there and go grab all your perks again. So the time bomb is definitely where it's at. But as you see there, I almost get trapped by that zombie because I was shooting too long. But you know, you can make it work. You just have to be careful, and Paralyzer saved me, you know, just like it always does. So I really like this route compared to the other two that I showed in my last video. This one just kind of had the most synergy for me, but it's really just player preference. But yeah, I haven't looked at any videos prior to this. This is just what I've come up with on my run through. So hopefully, you know, I don't know if this is how anyone else is running it, or you know, if I'm running it correctly per se, but this is the way I like to run it, and you know, I'm just kind of going with that. So here's where you'd put the buildable traps, the Trample Steam right there in front of that window, and then the head chopper right in the front of the saloon area. So you have it set up like that, and this just helps the rounds to go quicker and gives you a little more security, because the main problems with this strategy is you'll have zombies that pour out of that window right there where the Trample Steam's at and pin you, and that's how I've died. Or you'll have zombies that just pour out from that front door, and if you don't have enough reflexes and you can't go fast enough, then you'll get pinned by those too. So if you don't know how to build those traps, I'm gonna make another video for that, and I'll put the link in the description, as well as kind of how to first round, let Leroy out, turn on the power, etc., for those of you who don't know. Anyway, so just like with the other one, you're just going to run the same figure eight, and this one just kind of, especially with the nuke I got in the very beginning, this was a really quick round 20 for me, and it just gives you, it takes off a lot more pressure if you have these buildable traps there. But the only bad part is once they run out, I mean, you'll have the one that's right there on the bench that you made in here, which is pretty accessible, which I would suggest doing the Trample Steam for that, since it's the most useful. But the other one, depending on where you build it, is going to probably be across the map, and so you're going to have to risk it to run out there at the end of the round, and you know, the zombies kind of play little tricks, so, or they'll disappear and come back as runners, so I mean, you just got to be careful for that. So, and as you see right there, get them all trained up, and the round's already over. So I like this version so much better. Here I'm showing it again at round 31 I mean, and yeah, it just runs the exact same. Take your little shots as you can. I mean, this even kind of turns into a little bit of a camping spot for the beginning of the round, but as you see there, The Trample Steam's not going to get every zombie. They have zombies that come from the windows as well as drop down from the balcony, and sometimes it just can't catch them all, so you have to be careful for that too. So always have your eyes peeled, and you also have to be watching out for whenever it breaks, because that'll happen, and then you don't want to be thinking that your Trample Steam's got your back when it's actually gone, because that can be quite disastrous as well. So just be careful on those guards there. Alright, here's showing you guys a couple of mistakes that I made. Actually, sorry, not yet. I'm going to end up showing you guys a couple of the mistakes I made, which they're all pretty much right there by that couch. Like I said, just when I go to fire, they just come pouring out of that window right there. But I'm still just showing how easily trainable it is. The only bad part with the traps is that since they're killing all the ones that come from the door and from the window, you're gonna have a flood coming in from that upstairs balcony and just pouring in on you. So if you're in the wrong spot whenever that big flood pours in, then you could get trapped. So be careful for that. Alright, so here's one of my first mistakes. It's just like I said, firing too long and then getting pinned by zombies, and some of it's also just not right there. I should have gone for my cut right away, or I should have picked a couple of those zombies off, and I didn't. Don't be afraid to take a couple seconds and take a couple pot shots with the with your ray gun, because you definitely have enough time. Right here, I almost shoot my way out, but just you have to be very confident with your cuts, and you just have to be careful with that. Right there, I should have made that cut right there, or I should have, instead of switching to this Galil, I should have stayed with the paralyzer and just tried to fight my way out of that. But it's just getting used to it. And here's another close call I had. I mean, I can't stress enough how dangerous that area can be if you're sitting there for too long. Anyway, YouTube, that's the video. I hope that this will be useful and that you guys will be able to use this route to go out there and slay a bunch of zombies with. Like I said, here I am, round 38. I'm really upset that I didn't get to round 40 plus, because I know I could have gotten there. I ended up doing this video at around 2 in the morning is when I was running this. Not on purpose, it's just that's just how it worked out. But I end up right here making kind of a poor decision, and I look back at my train and just end up going down. So anyway, that's the video, YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here.